Thank you so much to Card Market for sponsoring today's video.
Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. My name is Filipa. Today I'm going to be playing standard best of 1 with a deck that just won a challenge, and it's Golgari. So this deck went 8-1 on the MTGO challenge, and it's playing a very interesting card from Avatar, and I thought this was just a very good limited card, but it actually has a combo in this deck. It's a 4 mana 4/4. Whenever a non-land creature you control dies, you're going to Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. If you have multiples of these, it gets insane, because then every time a creature you control dies, let's say for example a Bloodghast dies, that's a 2/1, so you're going to Earthbend 2, but you're going to Earthbend 2 twice. If you have 3 of these, you're going to Earthbend 3 times. And of course we're talking about a 2/1, but if it's a bigger creature, then you're going to Earthbend even more, so lands are going to become huge. We have a lot of ramp, so Llanowar Elves, Molt Tender, and Badgermole Cub, which you know works really well in these Earthbend decks and rampy decks. We also have Agatha Cauldron, so we can make our creatures have the ability of either one of our mana dorks or Umbral color Zealot that lets you sacrifice another creature or artifact to surveil one. And this is the second piece of the puzzle of our combo. So we already have Beifong's Bounty Hunters and Umbral color Zealot. We have Archdruid's Charm. This can be a very flexible card to remove artifacts or enchantments, to fight a creature, deal damage actually, or to search a library for a specific creature or land that you need. We have Overlord, Icetill Explorer, Dredger's Insight. All of these try to do things from the grave or ramp you a bit. But the third card that really combos really well in this deck is Bloodghast. Now this is an oldie but goldie. It's a 2 mana 1 that cannot block, but this creature has haste as long as an opponent has 10 or less life. The important part is that it has landfall, so whenever a land you control enters, you may return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So if we have Umbral color Zealot, if we have Beifong Bounty Hunter, and one or more Bloodghasts in our graveyard or the battlefield, you get your Bloodghast from the graveyard with landfall, right? Then we're going to sacrifice them. We're going to Earthbend several lands, depending on how many Bloodghasts you have and how many Beifong's Bounty Hunters you have. That's going to make your lands pretty big, right? But then you're going to sacrifice one of the lands that you Earthbended, because it's a creature. It's going to return onto the battlefield as a land. It's going to give you landfall trigger. You get the Bloodghasts again. You do this again. You pump all your lands, you sacrifice one, it becomes a non-creature land. You're going to Earthbend your lands again. So you can do basically these as many lands as you have that can be Earthbended, and it's a really fun one because you can just make absolutely giant lands, and you can just keep bringing Bloodghast back from the grave and have fun with these 3 combination cards. Now, it does take a bit to set up, but when you do, it's absolutely insane. We're also playing Fabled Passage that help really with these Bloodghast triggers. Also, it helps with the Icetill Explorer. We have Nature's Rhythm because you can just mill this card accidentally, or you can just surveil it away and then you can use the Harmonize to get one of your combo pieces. This is not an easy deck to play. It reminds me a bit of the Roots deck that was also Golgari. It's a deck that requires experience, so I'm sure I'll do a lot of mistakes. But if you are the kind of person that really likes to practice one deck and master it, and you know, like know the ins and outs and all the things you can do, this can be a very rewarding deck to play. It can also be a very difficult one, don't get me wrong, you can get a lot of losses because this deck takes time to learn the ins and outs and how to combo. But when you do, you're good. I'm going to give my best, so let's try to play some games and see how this deck plays out and see it in action. Okay, I go first. Hello! I don't have Cub, but I have Cub. I don't have a 1-turn play, that's what I meant. If I had Llanowar Elves, this would be great. But hey, we have the Badgermole. You know, I'm not complaining. Also, Icetill Explorer can be very good. Next turn I'll have 4 mana. Oh, it's artifact. Okay. Okay. If I do this, it actually doesn't do much this turn. Umbral is very necessary in this deck. Okay, so now I have lands in the graveyard that I can optimize there with the Icetill Explorer. No! Not my cub! Leave it alone! Oh, that's terrible. I mean, is it? A bit. What? It could be worse, right? The Icetill Explorer. Take the damage. So I really want to get all my Bloodghasts in the graveyard, I guess. No, not the United Battlefront! My worst nightmare. Maybe they will whiff. No, they never whiff. They never whiff. I do have ways to deal with this Pinnacle Starcade and so on. Yeah, I Overlord here. Yep. I'll want that, please. And the impending is nice, because if they Pinnacle Starcade or something, I have my Balemurks coming, or if they start... They don't have yet the Simulacrum, which is nice. I already have the Beifong's Bounty Hunters with the Zealot, which is nice. It is aced only if an opponent has 10 or less life. We are getting there. Slowly but surely. It's difficult to play this deck, so I have to be like careful on how I activate my Zealots here. They're looking at my cub. Okay. I get Surveil. Do I want this on top? I guess. They have no... Should have played the land! Oh my god. Punished. I was not expecting them to play No More Lies in this deck, to be fair. Usually they don't. Okay, now this has aced, so I can just sacrifice it to Surveil. Ah, I should have played the land if I knew. I was really not expecting that No More Lies. Pinnacle Starcade, okay. A bit unfortunate. It's not bad, but what I really want is maybe more Bloodghasts in my... Well, I was thinking in my graveyard, but that also works. I could also almost get another... I can get a cub, I guess. What this cub does for me, though? Gives me an attacker, right? I think that's good. Ah, maybe... You know what? I'll go for the Zealot. Just in case they go for a Starcade again, I can put this in my graveyard. Because I feel like I'm just so close to winning with the Bloodghast alone. And then I can always Nature's Rhythm. Yeah, I think that's good. They're at 3 and a Dream. They do have some ways to gain life in this deck, but Perilous Snare doesn't do much here because it's a 3 mana way to deal. So they need multiple answers. I don't know if they run board wipes, but even if they do, I just need Cervilla land out of the top and I'm good. Okay, so they have a lot of mana though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Good game. Oh, we got them! Oh my god, I love this because I have... I feel like I can never beat these like decks. Good thing that I was able to. The sacrifice was really important there, I guess. I go first, keep always, especially with these Lana, Molt Tender, Agatha Cauldron. We love it. So I can do turn 1 Lana, then I can do turn 2 Lana Cauldron? Starting town, okay. Okay, I guess they're playing the Spider-Man deck. Then good to have Agatha Cauldron, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to mess with that. Ooh, Cub is so good here. Okay, I'll just pass. Everything, having Agatha Cauldron in this matchup is just GG, right? Although I can only exile one thing a turn, but still. I think now I exile the Kiora. Or even... yeah, let's do Kiora. Let's put it on the creature, I guess. Oh wow, I bricked. Bricking is never nice, but hey, what can you do? I have Overlord of the Balemurk and they have nothing. Okay, they have 4 mana. Sure. They have to go for my Cauldron, I guess. Okay. I really thought they would go for the Cauldron. Well, I guess they want... that's a good one. I could Nature's Rhythm for another, but I can just attack. I know that they can block with a Fate Weaver, but that's fine. I know that has Death Touch. It's a risk I'm willing to pay. One, two, three. Okay, they have the Bringer. This says you may have these enter as a copy of. I need to exile that Bringer as soon as possible. Okay, at least it was just one Bringer. Umbral would also be nice now. Oh, they're paying. Another Overlord would be nice. Okay, they got Arden. They can try to cast Arden. That's a possibility. Yeah, they just get Cavahero. Tough, tough, tough. I need to exile the Bringer first, I guess. Let's make our Bloodghast a bit bigger. That's a good one. So this says whenever an old land creature, so if they kill my forest, it won't trigger, but what is that? Okay. They get the spider, it makes sense. At least the progenitus doesn't go to the graveyard. Okay, they only have one Arden, right? Yeah, good for me. I have to start being very aggressive with my attacks. What do they get? Fair enough, fair enough. They get some blockers. Do not judge that. Damn, those death touchers are annoying. I'm just going to say that. So I want to get another one. And I want to attack, I guess, with these at least. Maybe the cub would be better here than another one. I'm just being a bit greedy. Yeah, I'll let that resolve. But look how big my land is now. A 12-12. What? A 12-12. That's right. I can start sacrificing Bloodghast as well. This deck just has so many lines that it's difficult to play well. So I know that I'm not playing it well because I'm learning it, but you just have so many possibilities. That's why it went 8-1 and won a challenge, because if you really learn how to play this, it reminds me of the Roots deck, right? You really need to learn how to play it. So they get Cavahero. Well, if the best thing that they have is my Badgermole Cub, I'm going to go for that. Start making my lands big. Yeah, I'm going for the plan of winning with my lands. So this will make me a 8-8 basically, or 2-4-4s. I think I'm going white with the lands, because then I can always sacrifice in response. Yeah, I have an idea. I'm going to win. Okay, I think I understand this deck now, guys. Okay, it took me a while, but I think I got it. You just have to make your lands giant, I guess. Aha, you got nothing. Okay, you can get, I guess, a Fate Weaver. Okay, so let's work on this. So if I do this, and then I do that, I just have to have... okay. And then... maybe a land wouldn't be bad, actually, now that I think about it. They have to block my lands. Yeah, they know that. Okay, so... Oh, so they don't... So they are taking... Okay. Let's start the fun. They got it. They got it. It's a cool deck, isn't it? I go first. I'm going to keep it. Especially because we have Molt Tender. Which I love. And then we also have the Agatha Cauldron. I hope I get an untapped land though. Balemurk is really cool with the Agatha Cauldron. Okay, Molt Tender, go. Okay, unfortunately didn't get... I'll just mill actually. Try to get mana eventually, or maybe I'll mill a Bloodghast. They probably have a lot of removal because they're playing the mirror. I'm okay with that. A cub would be great. Okay, let's mill a card. Aha! We mill. Oh my god, we milled the Bloodghast. That's funny. I definitely need a land. Okay, they counter it, which means that I can exile the Overlord to get the mana. Because for me it's very important to be able to get to... Yeah, Preacher is a bit annoying, but that's fine, I guess. Give me a land. Okay, our Bloodghast is going to be back from the shadows. Actually, two of them. I can make all my creatures be Llanowar Elves, which is nice eventually with this Agatha Cauldron. I do need to take the damage from the Preacher. That's fine. Oh, shoot the Sheriff. Okay. I only have one black source though. Two if I use the Molt Tender, of course. So let's exile the Llanowar Elves. Put it in one of my Bloodghasts. Gain some life in the process, because why not, honestly? I should have milled something there. Okay, let me think. I actually want to attack with these two. Oh. -2, -2. Well, it's a bit of a cost, but I think it's worth to save it. Ah, that's a good one. And I can do that. I can get it, I guess. It's important for me to keep my Umbral, even though they will kill it, but... Can at least sacrifice the Bloodghast. Put another one in the graveyard, that's nice. If it wasn't for this Preacher of the Seism, I swear, this card is getting advantage slowly but surely. Kinda wanna land to get my 2 Bloodghasts from the grave. Fable is good to have, because I don't have to crack it, right? I can do that. And I can make all my creatures Zealots, eventually, slowly. And look at the life gain. Insane. That's fine. I will sacrifice it anyway. Ah, that's good. That is very good. Why is Enduring Curiosity such a pain? You think they are out of cards and then you're like, no, they are not. I mean land. No, I can already get the land from the Fable. Same. Okay, now we're talking though. They traded? Because I'll start making my lands very big. They need to be careful because now it's when these Beifong's Bounty Hunters gets annoying. Is there anything I can get? I don't think so. Do I just take it? I have to block something. I'll block this one. Like, I don't care if they wanna draw 10,000 cards. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage is not that much because I can gain life. They have Kaido.
Your tech is way.
Fair enough.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles.
Look at the amount of... Who needs that many cards? They don't know it yet, but they need to make blockers. Can I win the game? Depends, I guess, how many blockers they make. If I had multiple Beifongs... Why do they need more
Your
cards?
secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
Do they have removal? That would be tragic. Yeah, they might have. They'll want to use it now so that they don't discard that many cards. Ooh, the Flood Pits actually would be an interesting one to copy. The ability. Okay, so... Balemurk is good, but I have a plan. Look at the life gain. I like that. Let's sacrifice these again. Even though I do not have land, but... This is just kinda crazy, I'm not going to lie. These games get pretty long. To me it's difficult to believe they have like 10 cards and they don't have any removal. I know, it's pretty nice. See how they block this? Because there is, of course, a plan. Okay, so let's sacrifice this. A third one? Okay, I guess. Why not? They do have that. Okay, so unfortunately I have to sacrifice that. I do not get much from it, but maybe... Actually, I do get the Bloodghast. Yeah, that works pretty well. So I think next turn, if they don't block all my lands, they die. Wait, 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 can I full control? Yes, I can. Oh my god. Okay. Because why not get the value, right? Oh my god, this is crazy. And we do it again. Oh my god. I know this is so long, but trust me, this is so good. This deck is so fun to play. But it takes so long. Your opponents will concede though, that's for sure. That's it everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!